And SA Partners are an interesting company because they specialise in mergers and acquisitions. So they get an interesting view of kind of looking at all the different companies and how they fit together. And Sam's specific focus is tech.
We specialise in the creative and tech world, and we do basically strategy and management consulting to help grow creative and tech companies. For the last few years, you've seen, in the advertising world, you've seen obviously the rise of programmatic, and that is becoming very, very big and very powerful, and that's increasingly being reinforced by artificial intelligence, or sectors of it, and that's just going to get more and more. And at the same time, you have lots of different segments of the advertising and marketing world. For example, customer acquisition, which is so much more powerful when you add an AI/machine learning blend to that. And there are companies, in fact I was visiting a company last week which has gone from 0 to nearly 100 million of revenue in 2 years because they're using AI to power customer acquisition for apps.
I think Singapore is in a very good place strategically to dominate the creative sector moving forward in terms of bringing together creative minds. There's lots of advertising and marketing agencies here, and they've been brought here by good local talent and ease of work here. But you've also got the technology side, and that is doing very well in terms of its relationship with the rest of Asia and the world. So bringing the tech and the creative together is very important for the future, because as creative becomes more technology focused, you've got the ready-made source of talent and companies here to fuse the two and to really boost the creative scene.
Time will be kind to Singapore. I think more and more global work, more and more talent, more and more of the creative industry's energy will swing this way simply because of its proximity to Asia. And I think the key is us in all of our industries preparing ourselves to be winners in it and supporting each other in it. I think that's another big aspect of Singapore. That support mechanic, I think, within the creative community isn't as strong.
A lot has been said about the strength of the South Korean media industry and how creative it's become just over the last 2 to 3 years. I think a lot of that has been built on the fact that Koreans are really almost nationalistic in their support of their own media product. I think in Singapore we need to have Singapore people start to support Singapore artists and content creators and just be really proud of what we can do and produce out of where we are. I think at Discovery Channel we have a long-standing kind of initiative called First Time Filmmakers. We reach out to first-time content creators in Singapore. So we're going in the right direction, but I really hope to see more where Singaporeans are really plugging and being proud of what we make and create out of here, to be really proud of that Made in Singapore label.
I think everybody's eager. That's the most important thing. Like, they want to do crazy stuff. We just need to give them the leeway to do it. So if no one, from a brand point of view, if no one's going to back them up or say like, yes, go nuts, it's very hard for them because, let's face it, the country runs on money and it's a very expensive city to live in. So if you don't give them that support, it's very hard for them to really do or show what they can achieve.
The intern type idea is a bit of a dirty word now, but if that was taken to the next level of incubating and taking in 12, 20 interns, becoming a creative section of companies and having that as a sort of, as an idea, I think, or brands bringing in 12 art students to just explore and experiment at a very low risk and a very low expense. That's the sort of the bit where there might be little sparks of excitement, and I think it's very doable. The more you can bring in, the better, and that hothouse type idea can work partnership with schools, and then of course that nurtures sort of job-ready people as well, if those experiences are genuine.